It's been a while. I really haven't had too much to say, I guess. But I am back to Apple. I'm back to the iPhone. This yellow iPhone is everything. Really gives me all the feels. But I'm back to the iPhone from the Samsung. I'm trying to wake this Samsung up. There it goes. From Samsung. Why? Okay. I must say, going back to iPhone really feels like home. I said those exact words to one of my cousins. I was like, because when I went over to Samsung, I'm like, oh, this phone is so great. Which, don't get me wrong, the Samsung phone is freaking awesome. It's really lightweight. I feel as though it's lightweight for its size. But it's sturdy. It feels really good in the hands. And it has so many features. It's so customizable. The Note 8 comes with the S Pen. It's really, this phone has a lot that you can do with it. And possibly it was too much for me. I honestly feel like as a user, I did not, what's the words? Because I actually wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't get it. When I thought of the words, I was like, girl, you'll never say that again. You'll never get that right. But as a user, I really do feel like I just failed the phone a little bit, I guess. I couldn't even find my notes for it. But I feel like I just couldn't allow this phone to live up to its full potential. Almost like how they say we only use a tiny fraction of our brains. I feel like I used a tiny fraction of what this phone is capable of. And that was just no fair to anyone. So I'm back over to Apple. Now, there's some things that I do. Phone just took a little spill, guys. But there are some things that I do miss about the Samsung phone. And I'll let you know. So once again, the Note 8. Though I didn't frequently use it as much as I initially thought I would use it, the S Pen, I miss that. Because it is super convenient. When you want to write down a list or something, you just write it and it comes out looking all cute. Versus on the iPhone, if you want to, you don't have a pen, so you would use your finger for writing. And that just it's not the same. It looks horrible, in my opinion. It looks horrible. Then again, I have horrible handwriting on paper and with paper and pencil. I just have really scribbly handwriting anyway, so there you have that. A big one. I miss the swipe for your keyboard. So whether you're messaging or if you're writing yourself a note, if you're filling out a form online, whatever you want to use the keyboard for, whatever you're using the letters for. On Samsung, you can take your finger and swipe. And you're texting, like, your WPM is astronomical. It's out of the ballpark. On iPhone, you only have the option of tap, 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 tap. The swipe is all the convenience, okay? Another thing I miss, Samsung Rewards. So with Samsung Rewards, when you use Samsung Pay, you get, you accrue points. So as you accrue points, you could use them at the Samsung store. You could get, Samsung products. Or you can even use them to, put into kind of raffle, things so that you can, win. You can win a cruise, you can win a trip. You could win a TV, you could win whatever, by using your reward points. Apple doesn't have that on the Apple Pay side, which, in my opinion, sucks. Also, I haven't seen that Apple offers discounts or cash back incentives like the Samsung Pay did. Samsung Pay, for real, when it came to travel, I know I used it with I've used it with hotels.com. I think I used it with Expedia or Travelocity before, and it really comes in because, you know, when you travel, let's say your hotel for the week is like $500, $700, something like that. And that's, you know, of course, you know, low end, economical lodging. So, you know, you stay in for a week, you're paying several $100s for the week. And then they would give you like 5% cash back or 10% cash back. And it's kind of, you have to wait. You do have to wait. You got to wait probably like a month to get it. But for some people, such as myself, that money, extra money, always comes in handy, always comes on time. So I like that. Apple Pay does not offer that, and that really sucks, and I really, really, really would like to know why. But what else? Let's see. I think that's about it that I personally really loved about the phone. Now, this brings me to what I don't like about the phone. Video transmission. If you guys recall, when I did my very first video when I got this phone, upside down. When I got this phone, I did a video about the things that I loved about the phone and how it was superior to the iPhone 7 Plus that I had at the time. The one thing that I said really got under my skin was the video transmission. Video transmission sucks. It's like worse than 1980s home video, subpar camera quality. So while you have a beautiful video on your phone, it will only ever live on this device because you cannot submit it via, I think I tried submitting videos via email, and when I had Facebook, someone said try to send it through Facebook Messenger. I tried that way. I tried, of course, just regular text messaging. Every single which way I tried to transmit the video, it came out, you couldn't even make anything out on the video. But on my phone, it was a beautiful, crisp video. So that really sucks. Which towards the end, probably like about a month or two ago, I found out about the Samsung Link feature, in which you could actually send someone a link of a video. And I think like, I don't know how long the link stays live for, but your recipients can actually click on that link and they would see the video in the same quality in which you shot the video on the phone. So that's cool and good, but I really don't like workarounds. I think that things should just work. I think it should just directly work. When you have an iPhone, you shoot a video, you send it to people, whether it be text message, email, Bixby, text message, email, Facebook Messenger. If you upload it to YouTube, it's perfect quality. It's the same quality in which you shot it on your device. You don't have to work around to get that same quality. Is all I'm saying. And I just think that's really unfortunate because that's a huge, huge, huge bullet point for me on why I preferred the iPhone. Excuse me. Excuse the glasses, you know. Beneath this, my dark under eye circles are raging, okay? Let's see, what else do we have? Apps seem to be more stable over on the iPhone. For instance, Apple Music. My opinion is that it works much better on its native operating system. When I use it over on the Samsung, I don't really know. So maybe this is just something in my mind, you know, when you get a thought in your mind and you just stick to it. But for some reason, the experience on the iPhone is much better than the experience on the Samsung Note 8. Also, I like that I can use Siri for commands for Apple Music. Whereas on the Samsung Note 8, Bixby and Google Assistant, they didn't jive with Apple Music. So I couldn't just say like, hey Google or okay Google, play me my playlist. Play a playlist. It didn't have an app to do that with.
Sure. Which app do you want to use?
Well, one moment, if you guys can see this. It says, sure, which app do you want to use?
Which app?
Apple Music is not one of them. So...
Sorry, I couldn't find the app you wanted. But you can check your music settings in the Google Assistant app.
Feel me? So that's that. Also, two of my other fave apps, Words with Friends 2 and Survey Mini, did not work well on the Note 8. Survey Mini. I've been using it for many, many years. I go to stores, I do my regular everyday thing, and I get my surveys. I fill them out happily. I collect my gift cards, whatever gift card I wanted. I collect that at the end, and everything was peachy. All right. With Note 8, first off, I noticed that the mini survey did not work at all, or Survey Mini. It didn't work at all. And it was like several months in, and I'm like, hold on, I haven't been getting any surveys. So I went in there, I checked, I like looked up some troubleshooting issues, and it's like, make sure that your location is on, things like that. So went through, made sure my location was on, still not working. Contacted Survey Mini's customer service. So at this point, it's probably like 6-7 months in. And they're like, okay, uninstall. They did say make sure your location's on. Okay, check, that's on. And I told them, everything's on, everything's good. They're like, okay, uninstall, reinstall, and that should work. I did that. Uninstalled, reinstalled. And it worked for probably like a week, if that, and then it stopped working. So over the entire year, when I'm used to getting maybe like 2 surveys a week, or sometimes more, depending on how I'm moving, how my money's moving, if I'm going out to stores and stuff, if I'm going out to restaurants. So I go from that, let's give it the low count, 2 a week, 2 surveys a week, to probably like 5 surveys in the whole year. The whole entire year only got 5 surveys. So go back over to Apple, to the iPhone, excuse me guys. And of course, like just as it should, I'm getting my surveys back to back to back every day. I'm getting surveys, I'm filling them out. I'm working my way towards a gift card, as I should be. So I've missed out on a year of that. And with Words with Friends too, there was an issue where anybody that plays Words with Friends know that they do a daily prize or a daily gift or whatever. So when I would click to claim it, my phone would freeze. Not so much the phone, just the app would freeze. So in order to get around that, I would actually have to get out of the app, close the app, like force stop it, and then go back into the app. So I patiently waited, because I know a lot of bugs are corrected with updates. So I patiently waited a few months for another update to come around. Update came around, the issue continued to persist. So I contacted their customer service. I know guys, I feel like I'm getting so old. Like, I'm one of those people that's like, let me speak to your manager. Not in real life. It has to be like really extreme out here in the real world. But on games and apps, anything dealing with online, if something doesn't work right, hey, let me pull your coattail. Let me let you know what's going on, because this isn't working right. So I did contact their customer service. And their customer service, crazily enough, sent me back a response saying like, oh, this is how you have to submit a complaint. I left it alone. I was like, whatever. Coincidentally, a couple of weeks later, the issue corrected itself. So, all good, finally. I don't know. Let's see. Besides that, I would say that I do like Apple's notification screen better. For me, it seems to be like more, I guess, crisp. I don't know. Like the look of it is more my style right there. I don't know. Compared to what Samsung has going on, let's see, what do they have going on? So this is like the Samsung, the Note 8 notification screen. I don't know. What I do like, if you guys can see that, is, you can, like I said, it gives you all these options to customize. I love that screen. Very customizable. My camera looks like it's running out of battery, guys, so that's my time. iPhone XR, for me, was a better choice than the Note 8. What are you guys going with? Ta-ta! Alright, this is being recorded with the back-facing camera of the XR. So, I just wanted to say, also of note, because what I was going to say is because my camera battery died. So, also of note is the fact that the resale value for iPhones is much better than that of Samsung products. The Samsung Note 8 I purchased I financed maybe about 13 months ago at $1,000. Go on eBay right now today. You're likely for a used, very good condition Samsung Note 8, you're likely to cap out at about $350, which happens to be roughly in the same neighborhood as what a iPhone 8 would go for, or even a probably a 7 Plus, which is ridiculous, I think. Although I can say, for instance, I jumped on the Note 8 bandwagon a little late. I'll have to look and see like when this phone actually hit the market. But because I got it in the summer of, what would that have been, 2018, right? Maybe that was my fault for buying an older phone at full retail value, right? But at the same time, still, I would expect it to be maybe like $500 or whatever. But I've even seen some advertisement, like, I think it might have been Best Buy. They had the phone for like $700, brand new. So it's just really sickening to see the depreciation in that awesome device. Great device, great device. If you're an Android lover, if you're on the Android side of things, you really cannot go wrong with that Note 8 at all. So why is it valued so low? So that's absolutely one of my other points for wanting to be on the iPhone side. For instance, I love this XR. I'm really trying to get away from the whole material things and keeping up with the Joneses on the phones is, you feel me? That was cheesy as shit. But I'm sorry, that was cheesy. But if I wanted to sell this XR, maybe, first of all, the XR was, I think, $750, right? So let's say next year, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to try to upgrade on something. Whatever I still owe on that $750, because I finance my phones, so whatever I still owe on that $750, let's say it's down to $300 by then, or $350, $400 by then. I should be able to sell this device for $300, $400. Or not, what my point is, not much less than what I still owe on the device. Where on the other hand, with the Note 8, I still owed, I owed almost $500, like $480 on the phone. To turn it in, to do a trade-in at Verizon, they were talking about like $200. Then to try to sell it, of course, it was looking like $350. And I'm like, this is way off the mark. I would expect to maybe, even if I can get it for like $50 less than what I still owed on it, cool. But to get like over $100 less than what I still owed on it a year later, not cool. Anyways, hope you guys like the video. If you care to be social with me, let me know what you think. Have you tried both phones? Which do you prefer? Top reels.